Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage the founder of Acknowledgement Works, Chris Littlefield.
Did everybody have a good lunch? One of the coolest things of coming up here right now, he's got a pretty amazing voice back there, doesn't he? He announces for the NFL, and never am I going to get an announcement from the NFL coming up onto the stage. So thank you very much. As he shared, I'm the founder of Acknowledgement Works, and I've got one of what I think is one of the coolest jobs in the world, is that I get the opportunity to go into organizations. I've worked for the United Nations, the Lebanese Postal Service of all places, and also have had the privilege to work with several chapters of the ARC about creating cultures of appreciation. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows the difference of working when you feel completely valued by somebody, and the role that that plays in our motivation and our engagement. And the difference it makes, and the challenge and all the work that you're doing every day, is that we're playing a game that many of us are not going to see the result of in our life. And there's always the next step, and there's always the next step. And one of the greatest things about events like this, it's the opportunity to stop and actually get present to the accomplishments and the things that we are making. So, one thing in my research on recognition that I found really fascinating, and by the way, this isn't at award ceremonies because it's really clear what we're here to do, but have you ever noticed in your workplace when you go to recognize and thank somebody, how weird they get? Thank you so much for what you did. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, I really love your dress. I love your dress. Because we're trying to often be humble, we often miss the gift of recognition that people are giving. And this is one of the big things when I found when I was doing my research. What we don't realize is that recognition is often more about the giver than it is about the receiver. It's often more about us being here today as the giver, and all the people that we represent that aren't here today having the opportunity to express our profound appreciation for all the work that's been done by our catalyst to impact the worlds of all of us in this room and all the people that we're so committed to supporting. And so what's amazing today is the opportunity to express our appreciation for those catalysts and start a movement of acknowledgement, of expressing appreciation to support all the people that are out there working tirelessly to make this happen. But before we move on to acknowledge these catalysts today, we want to make it a small little gesture and take a minute to actually acknowledge some of the catalysts in our lives. Many of you may have already noticed on your table that you've got a thing that says Catalyst Awards right here that was tucked into your napkins. And wait a second, there's a stamp on the back of it. This is a postcard, and I want you right now, I want you to think of somebody, a catalyst in your life, a person who's really made a difference for you that may not be here today. And I want you, either right now or later throughout the program in a transition in a second, think about a person who's a catalyst in your life. And this may not be some huge famous person. It may be your loved one. It may be that employee who's been with you through it all. It may be the person who makes your coffee every day and keeps you awake. But that person who makes a difference in your life, to be able to write a quick note to them and let them know the role they play in your life. Okay? So we can spread this culture of appreciation, because this Catalyst Award is about acknowledging the extraordinary people we have here today and the difference they've made, but it's also about starting a movement that really shows people about the difference and how much we appreciate, so we support each other to make the difference that we make every day. Take time to fill this out, and later on we're going to come around and collect them if you got it, and if you don't, put it in the mail tomorrow, but make sure you send it out, because the difference really happens when that person shows up and gets a chance to read and find out the difference they're making in your life. Thank you very much.